Guys, welcome back to DW Farm. So this is going to be the more in-depth video of patterning the shotgun. So if you've seen the farm vlog of episode 1, you kind of get a high-level view of this, but in this video we're going to go into a lot more detail, show a lot more of the patterning as well as ammo types that I'm shooting today. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we got the range all set up. So here's what it's going to look like. We got 4 turkey targets out there. They're at 20, 30, 40, and 50 yards. So got them on sheets of plywood. And then what we're going to be shooting today is the Winchester Longbeard XR. So we got 4-shot, 5-shot, and 6-shot, all 3-inch shells. Basically the only difference in them is the shot size. So the 2 chokes I'm going to be trying out, one is the full choke that came with my Beretta A300, and then the other is this Gobblin Thunder. I just bought this from Cabela's. It's a .655 choke size. So we'll try it out. I'm not sure what it's going to do, but can't hurt to try something new. So let's get shooting. Alright guys, here are the targets from the 6-shot. So starting on the left is the 20 yard, going to the right is all the way on 50 yards. So 20 yards, we got 35 pellets in the kill zone. 30 yards was 20 pellets in the kill zone. 40 yards is 8 pellets, and 50 yards was 7. So pretty consistent at that 40 to 50 yard range, but definitely fell off after 30 yards. So I forgot how painful shooting turkey shells was, so I'm definitely gonna have to take my time today, maybe take a few breaks. They're kicking hard. So let's get to it on the 5-shot. Okay guys, here is the number 5 shot with the Beretta full choke at varying ranges. So we got 20 yards over here, we got 40 pellets in the kill zone, and then up to 50 it goes 14, 8, and 3. So definitely noticed some further penetration on the plywood boards, but I mean, this was a strong round within like 30 yards, but it really falls off with this choke combination past that range. So I'll be curious to see what happens with the other choke. But I'm gonna grab my thicker jacket just to give a little more padding to the recoil, and then we're gonna break out the number 4 shot and get going on that. Alright guys, we just finished up using the Beretta A300 full choke that came stock with the gun. So this is the number 4 shot performance. At 20 yards, we had 31 pellets in the kill zone. I wasn't going to have enough turkey targets to do all of this with, so I'd prefer to use those at longer ranges, but I overlaid this on top of one. So that was 31 pellets. Then we went 7, 11, and 5 pellets in the kill zone at 50 yards. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap chokes over to the Gobblin Thunder. Should be a little bit tighter choke, and then we're gonna reshoot with all of the same shells and see if there's any differences. All right, so we just got the new choke installed. It's a little bit of an extended choke. Sticks about an inch out past the barrel. So again, this is the Gobblin Thunder. It's for the Beretta choke system. It's like the mobile chokes, and it's a .655 choke size. So let's see how it shoots. All right, so just collected the first round of shots with the Gobblin Thunder choke. So these are the number 6 pellets. So starting out at 20 yards, we did 48 pellets. 30 was 16, 40 was 13 pellets, and 50 yards was 5 pellets in the kill zone. So one thing I definitely noticed on all of these shots with this choke was I was shooting to the right. So I was probably off by about 3 inches on all of these shots to the right. So let me see if I can do better on the next round. And I'm just going to apologize in advance for the wind because it's blowing everything everywhere. So not much I can do about that, but enjoying the sunny weather. All right, guys, so Gobblin Thunder choke with the number 5 shot. Interesting results. So definitely the tightest group, close range at 20 yards, had 55 plus shots within the kill zone. I mean, blew out the center of the target, so super tight group. 30 yards, 34 pellets in that kill zone. 40 yards was 18, so still pretty strong, and then fell off at 50 yards. So definitely shot a little low. So I might redo that shot at the end depending on how the 4 shot looks, but let's try out the 4 shot. All right, guys, wrapping up out here on the shooting range at the farm. So our last round was the Gobblin Thunder with the number 4 shot. So let's take a look at it. And at 20 yards, we had 35 pellets in the kill zone. 30 yards was only 6. I definitely pulled that shot to the right. And then 40 yards was 22 pellets, and then 50 yards was 12 pellets in the kill zone. So I'm going to take these home and probably graph out how many pellets we put in the kill zone for each combination. Also, I'm going to take a look just at the targets themselves to see, you know, if I was pulling shots or anything like that. It's something to keep in mind. So I want the best performance, but also, you know, if a group is really tight and I have a close setup, you know, that's something to be mindful of, especially if I'm taking out a new hunter where there's not much forgiveness in that shot. So I will pick this video back up at the house, and then we will analyze all these and figure out what combination we're going to shoot this year. All right, guys, so it's been a couple of days. Fortunately, my shoulder's recovered. That was definitely the most turkey shells I've ever shot in one sitting. This was really the first time I had sat down and patterned my shotgun and actually bought all of the ammo to do it. So super fortunate to do it, but glad I made it through it and that the bruises are finally gone. So it was kind of a toss-up between 2 combinations. First off, on the choke side, definitely going with the Gobblin Thunder. I think it just showed overall tighter performance, reaching out to those longer ranges, especially on the 50 yards. I mean, that was kind of a toss-up on a lot of the kill zone pellets, you know, especially looking at the graph, which should be up on screen. You know, I kind of was a tight group, right? But it really affected by, that count was really affected by where I placed the shot, and definitely some of them could have been a lot better. But on the ammo side, what I'm going to be shooting is going to be the Winchester Longbeard XR with the 5 shot. So I know this fell off kind of on that 50-yard range when you're looking at the graph, but when I was analyzing the target and the piece of wood that I was shooting after the shot, I definitely took that 50-yard shot too low. So, you know, that's something for me to improve on and something to be mindful of. But looking at that group, I think it had just the strongest performance across the board. You know, super good group and pellet distribution at those closer ranges with the 20 and 30 yards. You know, so that makes me feel good on those close shots, because oftentimes that's a really fast-paced shot. Easy to miss a turkey at that range. But still carried that pellet distribution through all the way to 50 yards. So hopefully the next time you see these, we're going to be locked and loaded out in the turkey woods, and we'll be bringing home a Longbeard. So thanks for tuning in to DW Farms. Please click that like button and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Again, turkey season is only a week and a half away now, so we're getting closer and closer every day, and I am absolutely pumped up. So stay tuned for more content, and thanks again for joining in.